Hey guys, this is Namcraft. What's going on? Welcome to the Sister Starcraft English commentary. We're back with another Flash Zelle. We've not seen a lot of those Flash games, and especially not in this Laddernet series. It's gonna be a very rare game. We've not seen Flash play TvT for a while here, and this time we're gonna be witnessing how he does against a very strong player. It's gonna be Royal. One of the only players, one of the few pro gamers who actively play on Laddernet. So he would just randomly go on ladder and play against random kids, around the world. I guess these are not kids anymore, right? Everyone is in their 40s or so. But, he doesn't really like to go and play daily pro leagues, or he doesn't even like to play in KCM or any kind of organized tournaments. He just likes to be by himself, enjoying the game, and that is really, really something, this kid. These two guys are going to be looking it out on the map Kickback. Let me just quickly show you the map photo. Here it is, Kickback, with Flash located at the top left in the red color and Royal at the top right in the blue color. Let me just quickly show you the Elo scores today. I guess just a few days ago. So here are the top 10 players in broodwar, and as you can see, let me see how you can see it. Let me just maybe make it a little bit smaller. There you go. So you can see that Flash is there in the number 10, 9, 8, 7. He's at number 7, and Royal is not in the top 10. Well, I guess neither are the other Terran players. Not a lot of strong players in the top 10. So let's see how Flash performs here. Looks like we're going to be having a similar build from both of these players with a slight exception. Looks like Royal is going to be walling himself off really, really quickly here with a barrack. I guess it's about the same, right? He's got this first supply depot in the main, and then he goes for forward barracks. He will close off this gap with something. His opponent is doing a very similar build, but this barracks is not going to help him close up the gap. So that's what we have for us coming out here, and we don't yet have any kind of scouting information for neither of the players, and it looks like we're gonna be having a small divergent. Well, not really, about the same. Both players go for the expansion, and very interesting thing is that they've both gone for the expansion on this, center middle here, very close to this middle area, which leads to very strong drop in the mid and late, I guess not late game, it's just mid games. But let's see if this game is going to go to mid and late game. Looks like we're going to be having a scout finally now from Flash. He goes and scout in the right direction. Looks like no Marine. Now we're going to be having the first Marine coming out from Flash here. Royal has not. Okay, he's got a Marine already. He's gonna make a second, so we're gonna be having 2 Marines from Royal. This Marine will see the SCV. The SCV is gonna try to get it, and looks like Royal allows it to go through. And this is gonna be what in the front door here. It's gonna be a bunker, and that SCV gets chased back, but not yet completely killed. So very interesting and very similar, builds for both of these players. It looks like we have a small diversion here. Royal's gonna take a bunker, and I guess he takes a bunker because he feels he will have to kind of defend against any kind of rushes, because he goes for a very early expansion, but little does he know that his enemy also goes for quick expansion as well. So it's gonna be Flash who's got a slight advantage because he did not need to. What's happening here? He's checking for any kind of hidden factories or hidden starport, but there isn't anything at all for Royal to see. He will continue on with the battle. Looks like he's gonna go for cross map starting. He want to check the center as well, because sometimes in the center you might expect some kind of hidden buildings, but he's not gonna see anything, so he's gonna try to go towards the bottom right. Behind his Flash is going to be coming up to 2 factories. As for Royal, he's going to double up on his factories as well. There's one here. I guess just 1 factory. So we do have a slight diversion here. Looks like Royal invested just a single factory, and Flash is going to invest in double factories. So I was just see how this is going to pan out for both of these players. Another expansion coming up for Royal. So Royal is playing very economically here this game. As for Flash, he floats his barracks over. He will see this expansion. Royal has not floated his barracks over. He's going to be slightly on the defensive here. We're going to be having an on, so we don't see the first vulture or anything like that. And instead, Flash is going to just completely rush to tanks. This is going to be a nice move here. He's going to try to break this bunker at the front door of Royal, and let's see how he does here. This is going to be a slight moment of weakness, I think, for Royal, but if he can survive, then his 3-base economy is going to be very strong. Looks like Armory coming down for Flash, and as for Royal, he's gonna go for a starport. This is very interesting. Three command centers and immediately going to starport. He will be very weak on the ground, but maybe he's banking on the fact that he could actually go for some kind of wraith attack against the forward tanks. I'm not so sure about that. We're gonna be having Marine coming on the high ground to try to snipe this barracks here. Okay, looks like we're gonna be having all tanks being created now from Flash. He needs to start to upgrade whatever he wants to upgrade here. Does he have enough money for it? I guess he does, but he's going to be prioritizing his tank production first. He's going to be making purely tanks, 2 Marines, and all tanks. And we will try to push forward. And as for Royal, he will make what? He's going to be making raids. This barracks going to float right back. So it's not going to be actually provide any kind of vision advantage at all for Flash. Flash is going to make his 3rd factory and he's making only tanks, guys. It's going to be very interesting build here from Flash. But the question is, he needs to actually have a timing attack, because if he doesn't get a timing attack off, his enemy will have sufficient raid to stop this. Looks like the first raid is almost going to come out. We need to start to have some upgrades here. Flash got 3 tanks, but no upgrades. And as for Royal, he started going for siege, and we have a scan, I think, by who? I think it would have been by Flash. Flash is the one who scanned. Excuse me, I'm not able to see exactly what he saw, but maybe he saw what's happening inside of his enemy's main. And this wraith coming out very early is a deliberate attempt, I think, by Royal to say, hey, I have a raid, so you cannot push too hard. But behind it, Flash has got a Goliath. He's gonna start to upgrade a siege mortar squad? Is he gonna start to upgrade armory upgrade? No, he doesn't go for it. Looks like we're gonna be having 3 tanks against 2 tanks here, and these tanks gonna get pushed back. This bunker will be buying some time, but we need to have siege mode. I think siege mode is almost done for Royal. Royal gets his siege mode first, and he needs to siege now. He's waiting to siege. He needs to repair his tank, and he does siege, and Flash gonna get pushed back. Looks like this one tank is gonna take a lot of hit here, but now Flash is gonna try to contain his enemy. But keep in mind that Royal's got 3 bases, Flash doesn't, so Royal can start to come out a little bit here. He's gonna try to actually shell from behind, and Flash can reinforce a little bit, but the economic difference between these 2 players will become a little bit more, I think, apparent in the next coming minutes. We're gonna be having 2 more tanks coming from Flash, so Flash is gonna have 3 tanks. He's got Wraith, need to back them, but nice shot of the tank on the Goliath. And I guess this raid is gonna die momentarily. We're gonna be having Terran booster coming out from Royal. As for Flash, he's got his 5 tanks, but they're all clumped up together. The first tank died right away. The Marine's gonna try to snipe the raid. The raid dies, but before that, 3 tanks have died. This is terrible engagement from Flash. He's got only 2 tanks remaining. He's gonna try to reinforce from behind here, but he's gonna try to expand as well. He's gonna be having 3 factories with the Terran booster. I don't really understand the meaning of this Terran booster upgrade, because there's not a lot of raids here. Now we're gonna be having a dropship, because keep in mind that this base is completely possible for drop, with the exception of this single Goliath that is standing in the way. But anyways, 4 tanks gonna start to come out, and Flash is gonna destroy his own bunker. Very interesting. He want to keep things open here. Behind it, we're gonna be having a small siege, a small containment from Flash. It's gonna be able to contain his enemy. That's gonna be the question here. But the starport is gonna start to produce the dropship. The dropship almost done now. So this dropship is gonna load up some tanks. Maybe looks like who's got a scanner? Looks like it's gonna be only Flash has got a scanner here. I'm not so sure exactly if Flash knows about the presence of that star. I guess he knows about the starport, but does he know about this dropship incoming? It's got 2 tanks. That's gonna be a question. We have a nice scan from Flash, and Flash saw that, so he can prepare for this upcoming build. What does he have? He's got a single Goliath. This small area is gonna be completely open. The Goliath is waiting. You need to have more reinforcement from the back. Do we have anything coming from the factories? I don't see it. Looks like this dropship is gonna get pushed back. Very nice defensive from Flash, and he's gonna try to catch it with one more Goliath. Maybe, I don't know. Looks like 2 vultures gonna start to lay some mines here and slow down the advancements of the enemy. And this is gonna be a nice move. Keep in mind that Flash is still on 2 bases, Royal's on 3. This is how you can see the supply difference between Royal and Flash. Flash is behind by about 20 supplies. He's got a small containment here of 5 or 6 tanks, but it's not going to be enough when his enemy is going to bust up with a lot of forces. But for the time, we're going to be having more dropship. Okay, looks like Royal's gonna completely bypass this siege position and go for the middle area and start to establish his own siege line. We're gonna be having scan from Flash, I think. I'm not so sure who's the one who scanned. I think it's Flash. And I think Royal at some point is gonna start to scan as well. We're gonna be having double starport, and a lot of raids gonna get created here. These dropships gonna try to go inside the main, or what looks like they start to come in here. There are some turrets getting created, but no tanks. Oh my god, the turret doesn't complete on time. It completes on time now. We need to have siege on the low ground. These 2 tanks are gonna start to attack as he's gonna start to come out now. Very crazy attack attacks between Royo and Flash is gonna be able to hold this for sure, but he suffered a lot of casualties. Where are the dropships? Were they all snipe? I think they were all sniped in the process. So Flash clears this out, but the game will continue to go on here. And behind this, what does Royo have? He's gonna be going for massive raid, I believe, right? He's gonna be building a lot of raids here. And does he have cloak technology? I don't know. Let's take a look at upgrades. We're gonna be having Royo start to move out now with a huge amount of army. These 6 tanks will be buying some time, and very nice trades for Flash, but he will eat a lot of mines in the process. Crazy mine track here. So many tanks gonna get burned out, and this containment is completely been breached, and Royo has to have a lot of tanks left over behind his. Flash got 3 bases. He needs to start to come out here. One single tank attacking against the other tank, and Flash is gonna be able to clear that, but he's gonna be on the defensive after this attack is over. Royo's got so much forces. He's gotta start to plow forward, and Flash to start a containment right here. He's gonna try to contain here in this small rich area. He may just have enough to hold, but his tanks are actually not in the perfect line. One tank is way too far forward. These vultures gonna try to go around to try to see another angle of attack. Who is scanning who? I'm not exactly sure. I guess Flash is gonna check for the presence of the second starport and see exactly what his enemies got. But behind it, Royo is gonna try to go towards the bottom right, maybe. And actually, behind this, Royo can actually think about the 4th base because he's leading. He's got more factories, more tanks. We're gonna be having the cloak technology is being upgraded. Let's just quickly check for the upgrades of the players here. Looks like Royo's got +1, Flash got +1, and the +2 upgrade is underway by Royo, but it's not yet by Flash. He's gonna be going for the second armory. More forces are gonna start moving across the map. It looks like now the map is split kind of half. This base is not yet claimed by any of the players. Looks like we're having Royo start to attack. The angle is not so good from this. You can see he's being covered by this ridge, but finally he's gonna be able to come out, and one tank's been destroyed. These tanks on the bottom are not being used in the battle at all, and looks like Flash is gonna clear this up. We have a single raid though coming out, but this raid will not be fast enough to clear any forces, and Flash is once again pushed back a couple of inches, a couple of, I don't know, kilometers at the frontier here at the DMZ line. Alright, looks like Flash has got his own starport. He's gonna start to upgrade a lot of stuff. He's gonna be going for +2 weapons as well. And as for Royo, he's gonna establish his own 4th base. He's very strong economy by both these players. We're gonna be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factories by Royo. And as for Flash, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna start to build his 7th factory. Both the players are going for very nice attacks, but Flash is the one that doesn't have a 4th base. Royo is ahead by about 40 supply, and he's gonna start to have a 4th base. There's so much economy, so much military coming out, and dominance in both the air and as well as on the ground. Flash forces, I don't know exactly what he's got. He's building, he's rallying his forces out here in the middle, but I don't know if that's gonna be the right move. Royo clears the center, and he will start to contain Flash here with nice vultures taking some hits from the tank. These 2 tanks gonna get pushed back, and raid coming out to just clear out everything. Flash is completely overwhelmed by Royo's forces, and Royo clears this area. He'll advance forward a little bit more, and Flash needs to send his forces over. He's not sending over, and GG by Flash. Royo has taken this game. So if you've enjoyed this game, feel free to buy me coffee into that. It's going to be in the video description. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.